Hey, everybody, this is Eddie from Talking Shit with Jim Jeffries and Eddie Ift. I'm here to thank you for all your donations. They are tremendous. Roy currently is sending out all the T-shirts, posters, DVDs, everything. They are going out tomorrow for sure. If you're wondering where yours is, it's on its way. You guys have been great. Please continue to donate. If you haven't donated, please do. That's what keeps the show going. We love the support. We appreciate how much you guys have done for us. If you listen to our show all the time and you like the show and you want to see what's going on, best way to do it is either go to our website, jimandeddytalkshit.com, or our Facebook page. We have a fan page where everybody writes stuff and they go back and forth and we get called a lot of names and a lot of you aren't very nice to us. And you know what? It hurts. Really, it hurts. But guess what? We don't give a fuck. You can really help us out by going to Stitcher in the promo code, putting in Jim and Eddie. Go to the promo code on the Stitcher. You can find Stitcher on our website, jimandeddytalkshit.com. Go to jimandeddytalkshit.com, click Stitcher, add the promo code Jim and Eddie. It's that simple. Right now, we're with our guest, Family Guy, Cleveland writer, John Viner.
Two douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Talking Shit. I'm Eddie Ift. I'm here with Jim Jeffries, Machete, Jesse. The Hour of Power is sitting here. And
there's no Lilith, though, because Jason's angry and upset her.
No, I don't think so.
Well, wait one second. I want to introduce. We've got a guest tonight.
Okay.
We have a good friend of mine from way back when in New York City, John Viner. He's a comedian. He's a writer. What show do you write for, John?
I'm writing for the Cleveland show, the Family Guy spinoff. I used to work on Family Guy and left and went to Cleveland.
What happened there? Did you do something wrong on the Family Guy? Why did you go to the Cleveland show?
Well, now in retrospect, maybe I did something wrong.
Is it because you're black?
There's a part of me, yes.
Did they feel like you had that urban thing about you?
I like the urban, so I wanted to see. I was on Family Guy for 6 years, and I loved working with Mike Henry, who plays Cleveland, and I wanted to see how that show was.
Right.
So, I've dipped over.
I watch all of them. I watch all three of them, man. I just see them as one unit, those three shows.
Well, we don't, but
I just watch them. I like how they intercross. Like I saw one the other day where, what's his name? The guy without the legs was in the American Dad one. Who's the one without the legs?
Well, Joe in the wheelchair.
Joe, yeah. Joe was walking in the Family Guy.
Right. Yes.
How'd they get him to walk?
I think it's Stan, and the Stan is a similar design to Joe.
Yeah,
I think that was.
I like how I just asked, and how'd they make him walk? It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon, Eddie.
Or is it the one with Quagmire behind him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So, no, that was the one where he did the theme song to American Dad.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was very good. I enjoyed it.
I'll take full
John. John walked into the house tonight to a giant argument between.
We're going to do that in the next podcast.
Yeah, but I just want to find out where Lilith is right now.
I don't know.
But did you get in a fight with her today?
Yeah.
Okay, so is there a possibility that Lilith is not coming to the show because
don't know.
you yelled at Lilith?
I hope not.
Did you hit her?
No, I was over the phone. I didn't.
Did you? Why did you hit her?
I was on the phone with her. I didn't.
Have you ever yelled at Lilith?
No.
Did you redline with her like you did with me?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
We have reports different.
I told her, take care of yourself. Like, don't worry about me. And I hung up the phone.
But she didn't tell me because Jason's been evicted, which we'll talk about in the next one. She didn't. It doesn't matter because last time we talked about the door, we couldn't do it because his landlord would get upset. You don't have one of those anymore, so we can talk about this. But she didn't tell me. I was with her. She assumed that me being your friend, you would have told me that you were evicted.
I didn't want you to get upset.
She said to me,
you would react like this.
She said to me, oh, terrible news about that. She was concerned for you. So why'd you get angry at her?
Because it wasn't her place to tell you.
Well, Jason, we're all friends. I expect if I told you something like that.
I would tell you what's going on.
Did you expressly say, don't tell Jim?
I didn't tell anybody. I told her.
Right.
And like one other person.
Did you tell her not to tell Jim already?
No, I didn't.
Then why are you angry at her? Apologize to her. That's all.
Can you go get Lily?
Do you want to live in a world where no one talks about you, who knows about you, and we only have conversations directly to you and not about you when you're not in a
personal
room?
Information. It was the.
But if you didn't tell her not to tell us, what did she do wrong? Why would you get angry at her?
All right, can you get Lilith here?
I can try.
Well, go off and apologize.
Go
and walk over there and apologize and try to get Lilith come.
And we'll talk to John.
Huh?
No, but we don't see her here.
You're the one who gets her in.
Goodbye, Jason. And come back with, why, Roy, you need alcohol.
Doesn't it hurt a podcast if you just start dismissing members of the podcast?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, there's shit. That was quick. How'd you do that, Jason?
Not when you get rid of Jason. Jason's a very mind. It's like getting rid of the jack in the back of your car.
Yeah.
Like you lose a little bit from the car, but unless the thing completely breaks down, everyone's going to be fine.
Yeah, you're just going to have to call a tow truck.
Yeah, Jason's like a flat spare tire. Like you get him out, like this will work. Oh no, this is shit as well.
Thanks.
Lalit, we were worried about you. We heard Jason yelled at you. And so now Lalit is in the room, and Roy is here. He showed up with alcohol.
Good.
That's why.
I was mad.
I noticed as you were leaving to go find Lalit, you said, "Where's Roy?" And you wanted Roy here because you knew Roy was bringing alcohol. That's what you wanted. That makes you feel good when you get evicted, doesn't it?
Alcohol makes the pain go away.
Let he who has great sorrow drink and forget his sorrow.
He quotes the Bible all the time,
Yeah.
John.
Let he who hasn't been evicted tell you you're a fat cunt.
Let's talk about Brody.
I don't think we should.
I don't think any of us would talk about it in a derogatory way. We're all just trying to figure out what happened and what we know and what we can piece together. All I saw were that his Twitters were seeming to get very aggressive. They were funny, though. They were really funny. He was hashtagging. Did you see them?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
He kept hashtagging everything.
I don't understand what the purpose behind the hashtag is.
The hashtag is to start a subject matter where, like, say you want to see something, like one of his hashtags was Jew. And like, say you had a hashtag.
I don't think he started that one.
Yeah. I think they've been talked about enough. haven't they? Like, Hitler. There's a few more of them gone. LOL. Hashtag Jew. That's
If I were to write a Twitter about Jason and then I would hashtag Hour of Power, a lot of other people could also write Twitters and hashtag Hour of Power, and then you would look up in a search Hour of Power, and all the Twitters revolving around that would be there.
Sure.
So you could search Jew and see all Brody's comments.
right.
But Brody is Jewish.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was
Self-hating, evidently.
Yeah, but he was it was like, I don't know if he was attacking people, and he kept going after TMZ because I didn't know. Does he work on TMZ?
He did say, that's what I saw, a few fuck you TMZs.
Yeah, Harvey Levin, fuck you. Wait. So Jesse Shapiro, you how do you know, what did he do on TMZ?
I just saw that he hosted Harvey Levin was out one day, and I think he came in and was kind of acting as a pseudo host, but obviously it was a lot different. I didn't see it. I've seen like a clip of it, but it's pretty much him just being Brody on TMZ, which is just
Odd.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what I gathered, Brody Stevens, if you don't know who I'm talking about right now, he was a guest on our show. He's a funny comedian. He had Jesse's job at the Chelsea Lately show before Jesse stole it from him. Brody.
Have you seen the hashtag fuck Jesse?
And he used to warm up. He does a lot of warm up, but he also apparently has a show in development with Zach Galifianakis
He's best
producing.
known from The Hangover 2 being the security guy to Paul Giamatti.
But within the comedian world, he's known among all comedians because he's a really funny, kind of a comics comic. And he was even on the comics, and like they're the ones, all these Twitters going, you have to follow Brody Stevens right now.
Well, and I think that was the weirdest part, is that people weren't sure whether this was just like a big spectacle, like kind of
Like an
a
Andy
joke,
an Andy Kaufman
Kaufman-esque
trip
type thing, or whether it was like he's actually having a mental breakdown. And so I think that was what, and you had Rogan and other people also.
Can I check, did he get evicted during this or something? Or did he just still pay his rent?
What did Rogan say?
I think he still has it. Well, Rogan was like, this is like the best piece. He Twittered something like, this is the best piece of performance art. You guys relax, or something to that effect, not word for word. And so I think people weren't really sure which way it was going.
I figured because Zach Galifianakis was involved, it was probably like a stunt for the show that he's producing.
Yeah.
But
It still might be. I'm not sure it's not. Like you're saying that you know someone who knows him quite well, Jesse.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's actually, it's not a performance art piece. It's him kind of losing it.
now, John Viner, you've directed him in a film before.
I have. I don't know if I directed him. I was in a film opposite him 12 years ago.
Oh yeah. What was the name of that? I remember.
Road to Park City. He was very good.
That was a funny. Yeah, he was. Panavision trucks down there. You got to see him. It's a Treat Williams vehicle.
He remembers the lines. This is.
I don't even know the film.
Well, you'd be one of 800 people if you did remember the film.
Oh, okay.
John's starting a film. We'll explain what it was. It was funny.
Oh, we did a movie about a guy trying to make a film to win Sundance, and we didn't get into Sundance with the film. We got into Slam Dance, though. It was fun. So, yeah, it was like a mockumentary about, 3 years too soon, and then all of a sudden, or... then everything is, yes, talk to the camera, yes.
Now
make it
everything
cinema
is
verite.
mockumentaries.
But literally, I would take it around and people would be like, I don't know, is this real or not real? And I'm like, but you were laughing. That seemed real. You seem to be enjoying yourself. Was that real? But
And Brody plays what was he?
he's just a PA.
Yeah, he was a PA.
He's locking. We had on the corner of the Flatiron building in New York, and just as if he was locking it down. So one guy is going to close off and so it's just me trying to cross the street, and he doesn't let me cross the
And
street.
he's going, we've got a Treat Williams vehicle down there.
What's a Treat Williams?
Treat Williams is an actor that hasn't been in anything in...
No, he was in, what was the Everwood?
Yeah.
And I think he's on a show now.
But what was the movie he did?
was in Hair.
Remo Williams.
Oh, no, that wasn't. That was Fred Ward, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Fred Ward.
But anyway,
I don't know if I want him backing me up, but yeah. I still don't know what the rules are in this room.
No, you can do whatever you want to, Jason.
Okay.
but Brody wouldn't let him past him, and he's like, there's people walking everywhere, and Brody's like, can't go, we're locking it down. And he goes, can't, and he goes, but I don't see anything there. And he goes, Panavision trucks.
His cadence is it's amazing.
He
takes over.
He references a lot of things.
Yeah, no, but he's
Louis Schaefer does that
Maybe
too.
he's not even that mad. Maybe there's someone just thought because of the way he talks.
I think we're all pretty much close
Is
to
he
that.
straight jacket mad, or is he just having a relaxing time?
Well, there was one.
I've had people that I know personally, even people in my family over the years that have had mental breakdowns. I think everyone gets close to it. I don't think there's any shame in that.
From what I've heard, Brody's always been a little bit crazy, but that's part of his personality.
Yeah.
But I think
This one.
it got a little bit crazier than normal.
He there was something. One of the Twitters was like, "Fuck you if you don't believe that picture's real. Those are really handcuffs." Like there was a picture of like him being.
What, they put him in a mental home, but he's still allowed to Twitter? What is
I think
this?
he's
What
only
is
been
this?
there. I don't understand what's happening.
He stopped twittering for a couple days, and then now it looks like he's got
Computer access.
Yeah, he's got a cell phone or something that he.
Yeah,
can
I don't
Twitter
think he
with.
should be allowed that in the mental home.
I was kind of wondering
I
about
think
that
they
myself.
should take the internet away from you, or just put the internet from 5 years ago
Yeah.
on the computer.
A safe
But,
web.
yeah,
You just get information and news stories from 5 years ago, and that's the only thing you're fed. So you feel comfortable because you've already reacted to this news once in your life, and you can handle it.
I had a
Saddam
friend.
Hussein's dead.
I had a friend recently go to rehab, and he was telling me before he went in, he has to give up his phone. He's not allowed to have his iPad, his computer. He's not allowed to bring magazines, not be on the phone.
Yeah, it depends what rehab you're in, though. I know someone who's in rehab now who is allowed to go out on the weekends and gets massages all day and just fucking plays Scrabble. It depends which type you're going to.
This sounded, that would make me use drugs. Like I just drink now, but if I went to rehab and I couldn't have a phone or an iPad or a computer, I'd start using drugs.
It depends. Like if the phone, then you can call the people who are making all the bad decisions with you or for you. You know, I understand that completely.
Oh, it's a codependent detox. See, Lalit here, John, is a professional therapist. But yet she's the craziest of all of us.
Used to work in rehab as a drug therapist.
Yeah.
And now
Dual diagnosis.
treats Jason on a daily basis.
And
Yeah.
when we say treats, she takes him out for drinks.
Is it
Now,
working?
Jason said something to me before. Jason said, because I was ripping into him about how he has to get a job. And I said, you can't just have me and the elite and everyone feed you all the time. He goes, no, not true with elite, because me and elite, we have go meal, 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 meal. I pay for half of them. Is this correct, Elite? He said, you can ask her.
He has paid for my meal a few times, yeah.
And how
But
many-
I pay more than you do, I think.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, the last-
and you come over all the time. You come over and
Well, I
you
know
go
the last-
straight to my fridge. You're like, what do you have? Those are the odds.
So what do you reckon the percentage is? Would he pay for 20%, 30%, 50%?
Okay, here's the thing. Even if he pays, like he pays for In-N-Out, and I'll pay for like Casablanca. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. You'll pay for an extra restaurant. He'll buy you a double
Yeah.
for $2.99. Yeah. It's not the same.
When you get to 7-Eleven, he's like, I got it.
Yeah, exactly. He's
I'm
like,
up,
do you want the
I'm
combo?
up on the hot dogs.
So what percentage of meals do you think you pay for, Jason, out of those two?
Well, I guess there's a scale too. So I mean, I you know, do I have to quantify like the difference in the meal value too?
What percentage in money then? That's an exact percent.
Come on, you keep a little cash.
Let's say if she
calculating.
spent $100 on you over a week, how much did you spend over a week on her?
Well, according to her, 40. Or less. No, 100.
How many double doubles does this bitch eat? Come on,
100 to 40. What's that? Like 32%, 30%?
That's assuming you
40 to
would
100
pay
seems like
on a weekly
40%. I'm not a mathematician.
That'd be 40. Yeah, that'd be like $32, 30, 33.
Now, Jason, last night when I told you who our guest was today, I forgot to tell you. I told you this, but I called Jason over the weekend, or I texted him. I was with Luke the albino in San Francisco, and Luke was telling me how good he looks in a suit.
Yeah, look, albinos, there's not a lot they look good in, but they do look good in a suit. They sort of look like someone who's been at court and there's been a guilty verdict and they're really shocked.
So Luke says, "No, I look good in a suit." And I go, yeah. I don't like to wear a suit that often, but I do. He goes, "Are you a suspenders or a belt person?" And I go, I'm a belt. And he goes, "I'm a suspenders." And he goes, "I wonder what Jason is." And I go, "Jason doesn't wear
Neither.
suits. He refuses." So he goes, "I wonder what he'd be," because Luke thinks he's Jason.
He loves Jason.
Yeah. So I text Jason. I go, hypothetically, if you were to wear a suit, would you be a suspenders or a belt person? And Jason responds back, "Okay, I'll do it."
So what was your thinking?
I was just trying to be a team player. You know, I'm going along with whatever.
He didn't offer you a suit. This is what you saw in that text. Eddie's getting me a suit. That's what you saw. All these years that you've gone, "Oh, I'll never wear a suit." As soon as one was offered, not even when it was offered, when there was the smell of an offer, you fucking snapped it up. You could wear a suit in a heartbeat.
And then I told you about our guest, and what did you say?
I'm not wearing a suit for him.
What?
Did you do your research on John?
Oh yeah, I mean, I asked him. You know, he asked me. Basically, our favorite scene is the one that you did.
Weren't you involved in the
Vomit?
The vomiting scene.
Oh yeah. I was part of that pitch.
I
think it was in Patrick Megan.
That's my favorite thing in TV history.
Yeah,
I love it.
Didn't it get
watch
awards or
over
something
and
like
over
that too?
again. I
Did that win
cry.
awards?
I don't think it won awards.
There's got to be some kind of like cartoon.
They even have
Did
on
you-
the Family Guy pinball machine.
No, I mean,
they
like
have a
internet
vomit
guys, you know?
mode.
They do.
They have a vomit mode.
Well, there's a lot of
where you-
vomiting on-
where- but you
on the
keep,
show.
but where you do that scene where he goes, "Hey, we're gonna drink this stuff," and then like you got to hit the bumpers, and it's it's fucking. That's the best thing about the Family Guy pinball machine. Norm Macdonald has a Family Guy pinball machine.
Do you
does.
when you write your episodes, do you ever put in like stuff from like real life that's happened to you and stuff, and
Oh yeah.
or like names? Have you ever used a name like Seinfeld does of people?
Yeah, we do that. I think for the most part we try not to do it, but occasionally. Actually, I was mentioned in an episode when I was off on script, and I came in and I was someone gets a free boob wash from Dr. John Viner or something, or boob job. Sorry, not boob wash.
You don't.
I was like, how much does a boob wash cost?
You don't need a doctor for that.
No.
Even Jason's qualified for that. Actually, he wouldn't. He'd bring a
No,
Brillo pad.
yeah.
Yeah. But we use our real lives. A lot of stories come out of stuff that's sometimes very personal to people. Like
Like the scare Jew in the front yard. That would have happened in real life somewhere.
that may have happened. But yeah, no, I mean, like if you can come in with the worst possible story of an amputation or a sex change or anything, and people will be like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that," and then they write it down, and it becomes the next episode.
Often when I'm in an interview and I get told off for doing an AIDS joke or a cancer joke or something like that, I use the Family Guy as my. But they did on the Family Guy. It's okay if that's on major TV.
What did we
I
use?
use that as my excuse sometimes.
We used The Office that time. Remember we were in a meeting and they were telling us our script was too dirty or something because it involved hookers.
And then they had the herpes episode.
Yeah, and then we used the herpes the herpes episode of The Office. That was our reference point. Well, they did herpes. We can have a hooker.
Well, it's like when I did my Comedy Central script, and in the end, it went down to I had a guy with muscular dystrophy in the script, And the people at Comedy Central said, no, you can't. That's too tragic. And I said, why? And they go, look, it's just too tragic. And I go, well, what can you give me? And they said, paraplegic. And I went, not scared, not fucking dark enough. You know what I mean? I need someone where I can comb their hair against their will. And they went quadriplegic, and I went, deal. All right, we're in.
Yeah, muscular dystrophy.
It's a wonderful business.
Yeah, it really is.
I'll give you this.
Especially when they're picking your.
What's that?
When I did my Comedy Central special, they took my whole script and it had to go through 3 levels. It had to go through advertising, standards and practices, and legal. And it was funny. Standards and practices and legal weren't that tough. It was hard getting past advertising. They were like, you can't use this. You can't use Toyota. You got to use this, or you can't use Avis. You got to use Hertz. And they said, but I had this one joke about hitting a girl, and I said, or it was beating a girl.
Sounds hysterical.
And they said, you can't say beat. Can you say hit? And I was like,
what's the difference?
What's it? And they go, we have a policy here at Comedy Central about beating women. And I was like, like, all right. So I had to change it to hit. And then they said, you can say nigger. We're going to bleep it. But you can't say N-word.
Yeah, we've had that.
Then
come
they
down.
know what you're talking about. And I'm like,
I got to tell you, the person who just sent me the text is the person I told you that was in rehab. And the text is just read, I have a new roommate. Her name is Crystal. She does meth. True story.
Oh my God.
That's true.
that's pretty funny.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry for cutting you off. I just got that.
Well, it's too funny. I can't think of anything now. I just want to know more about Crystal.
Yeah, we'll find out more about Crystal in the coming episodes, I'm sure.
What the hell?
You don't. I'm going to watch that later. I
this
don't.
The Bachelor?
Now I know.
No, this is
now I know that the red
kitchen.
team won the first task because the blue team have to rope. Now you fucked that up for me, Roy.
Roy Ray.
You really watch that show?
I love cooking shows.
It's all he does is watch cooking
Gordon
shows.
I love
Ramsay,
cooking
dude.
shows.
And now he's gotten into cooking, which is a real nightmare because he cooks in the kitchen and then he doesn't. You did clean today.
I did, yeah.
That's the first time you've ever.
No,
Oh,
I cooked for you and you cleaned up after me, but I still delegated it.
I don't buy the idea of I do the cooking so someone else has to do the cleanup because the cooking's fun and the cleanup sucks.
No, but no one ever cooks for me. Yeah, but see, I get what you're
I
saying.
don't know if that's what you're
but
doing,
I
but
also
like-
purchase the food.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then everybody else eats
This
it.
isn't me having a dinner party.
Watch this though,
This is
John.
just some
John,
cunt coming over to the house.
John, watch
If
this.
I had a dinner party, completely different.
Jason, if we fed you every day,
Jason's never cleaned up after me.
Oh, that's not true.
Yes, it is. When do you clean sausage rolls? Where would you clean up?
I've done the dishes here a lot, actually.
Jason, would you, if we fed you
I-
every single day, 3 meals a day, but you had to clean up after every meal, would you take that deal?
Sure.
See, so you're wrong.
See, John,
You're
your
wrong.
theory's wrong.
But that's just a theory.
No, like
You said not to trust anything he says.
True. When did I say that off air?
nice brief. Nice. No, Jim, I've done the dishes for you.
Not every
often.
time.
Not every time. No, but I do them.
How many
You know I
times?
do them.
do it
Sometimes I just do them, even if I haven't had the meal.
I don't
You,
remember.
you look
that.
like a shell of a man right now. You look like you have just been beaten down.
Why?
Because I beat him down before the podcast.
It's either because you're really high, you're intimidated by our guest.
He's angry with Elite.
He did some research.
You did some.
There's a
research.
lot. There's a lot of elements.
You
And I'm
got-
just floating like a leaf in a stream, man. I'm just here.
You got evicted.
It's all good.
A leaf that doesn't have a
So you
string.
so you're the MC for the live
Wait a
performance
minute. You're
of the
not.
Family
You're
Guy.
not doing an hour of power.
I saw the live performance.
So
of the Family Guy. I
you were
went
the
to that in
announcer on
Montreal.
that. He-
Oh, you did?
So these guys did a live show. I mean, you know,
This
that's
was
pretty-
this was about what's I going to say 5 years ago.
Yeah, we've done a bunch over. The best experience of all of them was we did Carnegie Hall about 3 years ago.
Oh, that's-
and that was
yeah,
amazing. And just to give you some insight on my psyche, people's parents, flew in from California to see their children perform. My parents live in New York, and were on their way out of town the day before, and they're like, "It's fine, we'll just miss it."
But you're playing Carnegie Hall.
They said it's not really your night; it's a whole bunch of people. I mean, you were performing by
I would
yourself.
like to give a shout out here, actually, and this is nothing to do. And I don't hang out with the guy, but I'm a big fan of the bloke, and I consider him to be a peer. But Bill Burr has just booked Carnegie Hall, and congratulations!
congratulations.
On that.
Oh, that's great.
That's a big step in anyone's career, and he deserves it. So.
Back to what you were saying.
So you're looking for an opening act, I guess. So you want to be.
No, I want to.
Hey, Bill, if you're listening,
you
got
mark
your
my
guy.
words. I'll do Carnegie Hall in the next 20 years, whether it be a bank job or what.
Joe Matarese got to play Carnegie Hall, and because he was opening for Artie Lang, and he said he was really excited. It was like a big deal, and he gets on, and Artie's fans, the Howard Stern fans, they start heckling him so badly, and he said at one point, he goes, it's bad when he yelled back, "My parents are here, you cunt."
I think that's the one thing. I would fly my parents out if I did something like that, Wembley or Carnegie Hall or something like that. There's a few venues, and I don't know why, because I've played big theaters before, but there's something about certain things have a name where you go, well, your parents.
I had my parents come up when I did my special in New York City. My parents came up, and it was so funny. We stayed in the hotel that was where the Hudson Theater is, and we.
Did you do the Hudson Theater?
Yeah,
that's a 3,000 seat theater.
No, it's not. It's only like 1,000.
What am I thinking of?
And
Beacon.
We took them. I took my parents in. We were walking by. I'm like, oh, come on, I'll show you where I'm going to do the show. And we walked in the day before, and my mom looks up and she goes, "It's not very big."
Wow.
Speaking of which, I'm looking at our website right now. My Australia tickets are on sale now. If you're listening in Australia, you can get tickets in my Melbourne. I just called it Melbourne. No one's coming now. Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, and Sydney. They're on sale right now on alist.com.au.
Mine would be on sale now. After I read yours, I rang my Australian manager and said, "Why are my tickets not on sale?" And he said, "We haven't negotiated the price yet." This is how little I do with my career, that I'm going out to Australia and I don't even know what I'm getting paid.
Yeah, I never know.
Gonna show up.
I never know what I'm going to. Do you tour anymore? Do you do stand-up at all?
I haven't done stand-up in a while.
Like how long?
Probably since I opened for you in San Diego.
Can you tell them where we did a comedy show?
No, it was he called. He's like, "Do you want to come down and do this thing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go to San Diego." I invited some friends out, and it was like, "Yeah, come see us in 65B." And I was like, "What does that mean?" And it's like, so we're driving around storage units. It's like, oh my god, it's not even 65A. I got the smaller 65.
We did comedy in a storage unit. This guy set up this like comedy club, he called it, and he kept bugging me to come down. And finally, I'm like, all right, I'll fucking come down. And I was like, "John, you want to come with me?" He's like, "Yeah." So we drive down there, and I'm like, are they fucking kidding? Like they rented out like where you would put your shit.
Sure.
And you go in, and they didn't have a liquor license, so they were selling like drinks. You brought your girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And I was ashamed.
Not impressed.
Don't call her a slut or something. You might be married now.
No. And
No, she left me immediately after.
after he's like, "Come see me do
You
stand up."
found some guy in 54B.
Oh, I thought you were a comic. Yeah, I mean, like some of the storage units had people sleeping in them. It was not fancy.
Can I ask you something? And because I think about this a lot. Do you miss being a stand-up? Do you miss it? Or are you happier now?
No, I mean, I have to start getting back up. I do miss part of it. Personally, for me, I've always been sort of more story-driven, and I love shooting shorts. And when we started out doing stand-up, I gravitated toward doing sketch, and so
Yeah, but you were a good stand-up. He's really, really funny, and you were incredibly offensive at the time when it was like we started back when PC was the thing, and then you were really offensive, and you were like ahead of your time.
Before hacks like me came along and ruined it.
Well, you definitely try to push buttons just to try things out. And I wound up actually, I remember I did all these like Puerto Rican jokes and all this stuff. And at some point I was like, and black jokes, and I was like, I can't keep doing them. And so I wound up like Lisa Lampanelli took some of my jokes, and I was like, as long as I can give jokes away and other people do them, then it would look like I'm stealing and I can't do them anymore. So I changed my act and
you have the best story. Do you remember your tape recorder story?
Oh, this is the worst comic I've ever. We don't know if that's what it was, but because comics would tape record their sets back in the day. You'd have a tape recorder.
I was with a guy this weekend who videotaped every single minute he did, and I've never been a guy. Does he go home and watch it?
Yeah, a lot of guys
The people
do.
they go home and watch it.
Yeah.
I can't watch a second of me.
I can't.
No, I know
watch
that's the
myself
problem.
do
Is
it.
that you tape yourself going, "I'm going to watch this," and then you turn it on. You're like, "This guy's terrible."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but John put his tape recorder in the back of the room to record his set, went up and did his set, and then when he was playing it back to listen to it, he heard a guy in the room go, "This is the worst comedian I've ever seen."
It was a woman who said that, just to make it very clear.
I've done that to comics, though. Like when they're taping, I go up next to it and say it, so it could have been a comic.
I
Yeah,
had the best backhanded compliment ever. I was sort of hanging out in the alleyway at the back of the gig this weekend, just sort of talking to a couple of people smoking out there and just standing out the back. And I was behind this little wall, and this couple were going back to their car from the gig, and the woman said to her husband, "Well, if you think that, you're a fucking idiot." Right? And he went, "No, I think he's a genius. You're a fucking moron." So I was like, "Oh, that guy thinks I'm a genius."
See, it's good you can dwell on that. I'd be worried about her.
No, I like the fact that they had an awkward car ride home. I love that one where he's sitting there. So you find raping kids funny? You know, that conversation.
Somebody wrote me, it's always the pedophile jokes. I always get the message, you know, you might have been funny and you might have got laughs, but pedophile jokes aren't funny. And I'm like, oh.
No, pedophilia is not funny.
Pedophilia.
Pedophile jokes are funny. There's a big difference. This is what pisses me off with people. It's like if you're saying a joke's a joke, I believe anyway. But you know, what do we?
I had a couple girls, San Francisco this weekend. By the way, thank you guys who showed up. There were a lot of talking shitheads that showed up, and some strange ones at that. But they were really good. And then one of them came out, and he's like, "Man, you were so fucking funny. That was the funniest show I've ever seen." And he leaves. And the guy that's talking to me at the time goes, "That guy that just said that, he was asleep during your show."
I just get people that come up to me and go, "Can you punch Jason?" When I buy the thing.
I get a lot of that. People
and I sign my DVDs now. People ask for this. I don't do this all the time. Jason sucks. Or
I write on my CDs, "Jason's a fat cunt."
Yeah. People, we've never discussed this, but people actually, and I imagine in a few years when Jason's long forgotten from this show,
people are like,
people are going to go, why have you got Jim Jeffries saying that Jason's, or someone's going to have a friend called Jason? They're going to pull that DVD up, feel disappointed.
I had two girls walk out of my show towards the end of my show, and I said, I was talking about China at the time, and I said, "Well, you're not Chinese. What are you upset about?" Or blah, blah, blah. "Why are you leaving?" She goes, "It was the retard jokes." And I go, "That was the second joke. You've sat through like another 40 minutes and finally decided to leave." So a guy came up to buy a CD after the show, and he goes, "I want to buy it for the girl that left." And I go, "Do you know her?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm friends with her." And I go, "Why did she leave?" He goes, "Well, she's a special ed teacher." And her and the other girls that left with her,
they joke the most.
I know, but then he goes, I go, "Come on." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "She'll get it. She'll get it when she's on her own." He goes, "They're also lesbians." He goes, "You made fun of lesbians."
Yeah, no, lesbian. I don't understand why lesbians are moody in the fact that they're in the lowest STD risk category. Like gay guys, every time they're bumming, they're thinking, "I could die right now." You have a casual night of fucking someone in the ass after going out. Your cock's in there going, "This could be the end of me. I'm enjoying myself, but this could be bad news for me in the future." We're lesbians. No one's ever gotten an STD from bumping cunts. You can
Tribbling. I'll bet you could get it from tribbling.
You can smear cunts together all day. You can pass on a wart here and there, but no one's ever getting the HIV.
So is this is technically accurate? All right, I just don't want to know for sure. No, I heard it on a podcast. No, the guy's a professional comic.
In saying that, I watched The Family Guy like a documentary. So,
I think you can pass it along tribbling.
How?
I like to use that word.
You need to tear skin. That's why anal sex puts you in the higher category, because you need to tear skin, and that's why black guys, because there's a lot of skin tearing because the big cocks. Everyone's staring at me.
No, we didn't know we were going to get an education tonight, Jim.
Tearing skin is where AIDS comes from. It doesn't come from your fluids. It comes from.
I know. I read that about Haiti and Africa. They said, "Why are the AIDS rates so much higher down there?" And they said because they fuck a lot.
They fuck a lot, yeah.
No, they said that because they have all these other STDs, so there's already wounds down there, and so when
Yeah.
the skin tears, and in like African countries,
Herpes is a gateway STD.
yeah, they like to do it raw without the woman being wet, and so there's
They say that about Africa, yeah, that there's a lot of dryness involved.
Do you remember our driver in South Africa?
Hey, I'm a bad man. That
I'm a
one.
bad man.
Yeah, I remember him.
We had this driver that would drive us to and from the resort to the venue, the casino where we were performing, and he would do Nelson Mandela impressions all day to us.
Good ones.
Yeah, he was good.
You'd think Nelson was driving it. You would. It was He looked like Nelson Mandela. I'm not going to say they all look the same, but this one looked like Nelson Mandela, and he did a fantastic impersonation.
And he would ask us.
He was the nicest man in
He
the
would
world.
ask us all the time, do you look at the stars or do you look at the grass? That's how he would ask you if you were gay or not. If you looked at the grass, you were gay. And
So if you're looking at the stars,
You're on your back, you're letting the woman do all the
yeah,
work.
and if you're looking at the grass, you're getting it from behind.
Yeah, or you're giving it to someone from behind, looking over their shoulder
Yeah.
onto the grass.
So he asked us.
but you could be doing a guy from behind and looking up in the air.
True.
Yeah, but that's not how they do it in South Africa.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're culturally.
So then his name was Benny. Then Benny, one night he was driving just me home, and he goes.
You want to look at the grass?
He goes, how many times?
'Cause you're gonna.
He goes, how many times do you fuck a night? And I go, I don't know, one if I'm lucky. And he goes, I go, how about you, Benny? He goes, about 10. And I go, 10 times. You're fucking 10 times a night. And he goes, yeah. He goes, once with my wife, 9 times with my girlfriends. And I go, what do you mean? Like he lives in one of those.
Believe it's not real.
He lives in those shanty towns, and he was telling me, he's like, I just have sex with my wife, and then I go visit my girlfriends around town and fuck them. And I'm like, Benny, aren't you worried about getting AIDS? And he's like, my brother has AIDS. My other brother has AIDS. He's like, my sister has AIDS. And I'm like, Benny, how about you? you doing okay? He's like, oh, I don't have AIDS. I'm like, well, if you fuck 10 times a night, I go, do you wear condoms? He's like, no.
In a shanty town. Benny's dead now. we met 5 years ago. Benny hasn't been long for this world. You've been to those shanty towns. Even if you didn't get AIDS, you get some type of like stomach bug just walking around them.
Yeah, it was pretty Have you ever been to South Africa?
I haven't.
Have you got AIDS?
I don't think so.
No. All right. You don't think so?
Well, at any given moment, you don't know.
Yeah.
You do when you get your test back, or
Yeah, but then who knows? I mean, he just cut his hand open, and I said hi. I mean, it might be over for me.
Yeah, that's true. You got a wife? You got a girlfriend? What's
No, I'm presently single.
So Mila Kunis, you ever tried to hit that?
In the way that his joke was about,
No,
like
but
I should have beat that. No, I have not hit on her, but she's very friendly.
She's
and
like my
nice.
favorite girl in the world. I would love to go out with her. She seems so nice.
Yeah,
Jim,
she's very down to earth.
Yeah.
you have a girlfriend, Jim, and you're never going to be able to go out with a girl ever again.
No, I was
Why don't
just
you resign
saying.
yourself
I'm
to
just
the
saying,
fact?
famous people in the world where you go, I can't say that.
Nope.
All right,
You've decided to be in a relationship and be a boring human being.
all right, okay. So you don't find other women attractive now that you have a girlfriend,
I find every single one of them attractive now.
and you wouldn't like to have sex with them or anything.
I want to have sex with every single woman I see now.
Right. That's how it goes, isn't it? People always go to me, they go, are you a leg man or a breast man? And I'm like, whatever my girlfriend doesn't have. I'm one of those men.
I'm a vagina man. I like the vagina.
I like a nice looking vagina.
Yeah.
And how would you describe that?
I like the flaps to be not too meaty inside, a nice sort of thing. A clitoris that just pokes out the top but doesn't overpower the vagina.
You just talked about it like Gordon Ramsay
Yeah.
would talk about like shrimp provençal.
And I like a viscosity which is wet and sort of thick, but not Vaseline, and not one that leaves white on your cock. You know those ones that you have, and it leaves a bit of whiteness. And you're like, where did that white color come from? What's that?
That's called yeast.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So you're angry at your girlfriend about the yeast. I hate that white shit. How long have you been together? We've been together for 10 years. It's been bad.
I hate when she spreads her legs and it looks like a grilled cheese sandwich opening.
Wow.
Yeah, Jesus, Eddie.
I don't know why I asked the question. I
Yeah,
apologize.
Eddie.
Lily, what kind
With
of
that type of comedy, you're going back to storage areas.
Lily, Lily, what kind of vagina do you have?
The ones that are nice.
No, not the ones that are nice. That means you have several vagina. Tell us.
I don't know.
Put the microphone to your mouth.
All right.
Now, what? If you were to describe the vagina, what would it look like?
A pear.
That's disgusting. Who would ever want a pear-shaped
Like
vagina?
a shiny pear?
A what?
I understand it. I understand
It
it.
looks like I think it's fit and tone, just like kind of like my body is, not in a.
Don't pull the picture up, Roy.
Pull it up.
Every time
And
we have
it's
to look.
hairy.
There
God.
she is. There's Lily.
I don't get to see my vagina. A pair of hair.
terrible.
Now, what type of hair maintenance do you have, Lord?
Razor. Shaving.
Razor, do you leave a strip?
Yes.
Right. Why do you do that? Why do you leave that?
Because I like to look at it like that.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I like
Yeah.
a completely bald one, but I had a girl once
I think
say
a
to
bald
me,
one looks like a 5-year-old kid.
This is. I hate that comment. People say it's sick if you like a bald vagina because it looks like a 5-year-old child. Well, then I'm never going to shave my face again. If you kiss a
here's the
man
thing.
without a beard, then you're a
But
pedophile.
I used to, and I thought it was sexy.
It's called evolution,
But
and we found that you don't
it's
run
too
around
creepy.
without clothes on. You used to need to protect your vagina from things like Jason.
No, it was to keep the flies out and things like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, but now you don't need to because you wear pants. So get rid of that shit. Get it all off. It's
Like the
disgusting.
strip.
Yeah,
The
get
whole
rid-
lot. It's disgusting.
Take the Mr. T off.
It's not like a
Your
thick
vagina's
strip.
disgusting.
Yeah.
It's not like a stash on my vagina. It's just a thin, like, here it is.
I bought nose hair clippers the other day. This Remington
And
nose
his
hair
girlfriend's
clippers.
never looked so good.
and I went in there and cleaned it out, and I couldn't stop.
And they're those ones that twirl it?
No, it's not a twirler. It's like little clippers, and I couldn't stop. I started doing other parts of my body, and I just started going down.
Do you just shove it up your nose? Because I'm actually interested in that one.
Oh, it's incredible.
I've never trimmed. I'm a sit in the car and pull out and cry type of guy.
That's pretty painful.
Oh, yeah, I man up about it.
Your nose starts running, your eyes start running.
Yeah, that one where you sneeze afterwards. Yeah,
I thought I was.
You ever gotten like a weird mutant one that's here, but it's connected way deep?
No.
I thought I was pretty tough till I poured salt into that callus today. And
I never have. I've never had one where I pull it out up my nose and it comes out from my cheek. I've only had ones that.
No, I mean like the
I
back,
know, it's
up high.
disgusting, Edward. It's disgusting.
look at it now.
It's
That's gross. That's
Cauterized.
you finger a girl in Africa, you're dead. That's what your hand looks like now.
I had calluses on my hand. I cut them off and poured salt in them.
I love that a man in a relationship works out hard enough that he can rip the skin off his body.
Yeah.
Like once you're in a relationship,
You don't
do you
have
care
to work
for?
maybe
out anymore.
10 push-ups.
I don't know. I've lost my mind. This CrossFit shit. It's
No, it's because you like to look good.
no. It has
For
it's-
yourself.
It's more health.
No.
Yeah, it's not vanity.
Yeah, it is.
No, I swear to God,
Then why did you shave your chest?
that's vanity.
That's got nothing to do with health.
I didn't shave my.
Why
chest.
did you buy a clipper and do
the
your
clippers.
nose?
I did my nose. I did my balls. I got down to the balls. I went. It's. I couldn't stop with this razor. It was too much fun.
What is it? I might get one.
I'll show you.
We can be razor buddies.
You just
borrow his.
No.
No, I don't.
I want one too.
It's amazing.
Is this a plug-in or is there a battery? What's going
Yeah,
on?
there's a battery in it.
Every time I buy a razor, it's got that stupid plug that no one uses in the bathroom, that 2-prong one that no one has. And you can never recharge it. I don't know why that 2-prong one exists.
What are you talking?
You know the
about?
bathroom plug that's different with the
Yeah, like
with the-
one side is rounded, the other one's flat
yeah,
on
it's
the
got
side.
circular
Yeah, yeah.
prongs.
Yeah.
You know that one?
I've
There's
never
a special bathroom one that you see it in like 4 hotels in your entire life. And it's happened to me twice. Very disappointing. So I use them once until the battery runs out and I throw them away. I could return it, but I'm lazy.
I can't believe we're talking about razors, but the have you used the Mach 3?
I've been a Mach 3.
But wait, what's
For-
the Mach 3? Not the turbo.
The one that vibrates.
Yeah, the one that vibrates.
I can't be putting anything
There's
that
not.
vibrates.
That's a gimmick.
Yeah, I don't want to use that.
You can use it as a vibrator, though.
Yeah, if you want to cut her up. You ever use one of those?
I think he meant for yourself.
You ever used a vibrating razor on a woman? Awesome.
Lily, have you ever tried it?
Do you use like a girl's razor? Girls' razors are the same, but they have a pink handle.
Yeah.
They're exactly the same.
I use a girl's razor.
Yeah. Poof.
Boring. Yeah. Contrary to popular belief. Oh, it's not like that.
Do you wax your asshole, Lily?
No.
You
Why would I wax my asshole?
Because a girl like you should.
I'm not as hairy as you portray me
Girl
to
of
be.
your European origin.
I am very hairless. Thank you.
I'm just saying that there's nothing like I've been down
And
to
I
girls
don't
that
have
have a
hemorrhoids.
beautiful vagina and then you lift the legs up and there's a hairy asshole. You've just let yourself down. It's like doing the front garden and then you go to the back of the house and it's all weeds and everything. And you're not going to buy that house, are you?
I haven't had any complaints.
No one. So this is the thing. Men are nice people. No man's ever going to. Men are way more complimentary than women. Women will say to their friends, "That guy has a small dick" or whatever. And then when you break up, they go, "And by the way, you got a small cock, right?" A man's never, even if he breaks up, he's not going to go. "And by the way, you have a hairy asshole." We'll just leave it be. We're good people. So no one's going.
Or a dark one. Do you have one that needs to be bleached?
No.
No,
I guess
I
any
think you
asshole
would.
can be bleached.
You have a face
I think
that
that's
needs to be
relative.
bleached. Come on.
Jesus, Jim.
Dude, your mouth, Jim.
You have a face that needs to be bleached.
But I don't understand the bleaching on the backside. 'Cause
Yeah.
You'd have to sit over a mirror to find out.
Yeah. Well, I'm
You'd
sure.
have to do
every-
work to find out if you need to have that done.
Yeah, but if you're in porn, you could see in videos. I think it happens when you film yourself fucking one day, and then you show it back to your girlfriend. She's like, "That is a dark asshole I have."
Yeah, but is it really? I just don't understand why people have
Is
been
it safe in long-term health?
explain
It's chemicals. I mean, they're using a chemical to discolor your anus.
Kind of like the chemicals you use to put in people's hair.
Yeah.
No, actually, we broke. Fuck.
Yeah, you really are. You're just a broken man.
Molecular reprogramming.
Right. How do you know that the chemicals they put in the ass
does that
aren't
mean?
the same thing? How do you know they're not fucking bleaching people's assholes with soy?
I don't know, man. I asked a
Well,
question,
but
I
I'm-
made no assumptions.
And I'm
So I
worried.
was-
Aren't you destroying people's hair?
No,
With-
actually, no.
Tell us why.
Because we don't use ammonia.
Because the
in our
first time
naturals.
ever in the history of hair, they've made a hair dye that actually healthens your hair.
No,
Rather than
there's a
destroy it.
100% organic one out there that another company has that's pretty good, but
So why don't you work for them?
Are they not hiring the homeless?
Organic.
Yeah, by the way, Jason, Ernie deleted out that stuff from last week about you talking to, about the drug dealers breaking down the doors and everything at your house. And what? And we had it deleted out. And then after the show, we told you how funny it was. And you're like, okay, keep it in. And then Ernie deleted it anyway, which is against the rules. Because Jim and I,
you should have kept
Jim
that
and
bit
I
where
are
you
the
went
only,
mental. That was the best bit.
Jim and I are the only ones that have editing.
so what are you trying to say to me?
So what are we saying? We're going to release it as a bonus episode.
We're going to release it.
Why do you care? You got kicked out.
I know. I said I don't care.
You got
All right,
evicted.
yeah, release that as a bonus little 1 minute clip on Wednesday in
Yeah.
between the two.
Yeah, so you're going to get to hear. There's going to be a bonus
between this
episode
one and the next one.
of.
Can you wait a week?
That will be a week. that will be a week. This
Okay.
isn't live.
Is it inadmissible in court?
Well, just because I'm there for, I just don't want to have awkward
do
moments.
you think you're going to talk your way out of your eviction?
No, I just don't want to have
do you
awkward.
think you just got to?
You want to make it a good eviction.
Yeah, I want to leave on good terms.
You want to leave on good terms in case he has another place opening up.
No, he's a nice
he
guy.
might think to himself, he
You
might
want-
go,
you-
hey, remember that guy I evicted? I might get him back for my new property.
You want to make friends with the guy that you're.
No, I just don't want to make an enemy.
to. Okay.
Why? You won't see him again. You've been evicted.
Yeah, I see him again.
You see him a lot now because you live next door
No,
to him.
like there's a lot of circles that touch.
Right.
He's in one of your Google Plus circles.
No, but I mean, I do see him around, so there's no reason to draw blood.
We're not drawing blood. We're just
right.
saying.
But
like-
he's already drawn blood. He evicted you. That's a pretty definite opinion of you
And
that
you know
he's
what?
given.
When you get kicked out, when you finally have to move out, you better fucking take that door with you.
Fill you in on a story.
I don't know what
Fill
I'm
you in on
allowed
a
to
story.
know.
Fill you in on a story. He lived without a door for 4 months.
A front door?
His door, yeah, a front door. A front door. His door got smashed in, and he didn't find the time to replace it in 4 months. And now he can't figure out why the guy evicted him. It's just come out of nowhere. He was such a good tenant. A doorless tenant, but a good tenant.
And nothing was stolen?
He
doesn't have anything.
He doesn't have anything.
He's got a massage table and a depressed dog.
How did Duke stay in your house?
He has a dog that's so
No,
bad at being
there's
a
another
guide
door
dog
that
invites
goes.
people
There's
in.
like, because it used to be a 1-bedroom and they made it into like this little studio thing. So there's another door between the doors.
Our
There's
doors
like
are- our doors are-
So there's like a door, and then there was a door that was missing, and then there's this other door that was always there.
How much is a door?
Well, I was trying to get a free one.
He went on Craigslist.
No, I was
and it
going to get a
turns
nice
out
one. I was going to get a nice one.
He couldn't believe there just wasn't a section called free doors.
No, you can find them. People are always doing remodels, and they put them out. You know, like a nice steel door.
Did you find it?
No, I ended up. Yeah, I wanted to get a good door.
How did the
Steel
door someone
What do you-
kicked it in?
There's 2 stories.
So, anyways,
Let him choose which one he
let's
wants
just
to tell.
continue on.
Okay.
So
the
the
door fell off the hinges.
so the door is fucked up. So
The door wanted to leave him as well. Carry on, Jason. We'll just butt in when funny.
There was a tsunami.
I just wanted to get like a good door, you know, because
What most people want in life.
the door that was up there was like not a structural. It wasn't an entry door. It was like easy to get through. So I wanted
As
to,
easy as no door. Okay, I understand now.
Yeah, but no door gives the illusion of what type of psycho. Which
Yeah, obviously there's trouble here.
You don't want to go into that guy's place.
So, anyways, I ended up having to go get another because I wanted to, because like the steel ones are like over 100. You know,
What are these steel doors?
like an entry door, a fireproof door that you know is more secure than like a door that goes between rooms in a house. There's 2 types.
Have we got a steel door in this house?
Well, you have a solid wood door, which is
what most people have.
right, or they have the steel or aluminum. You know,
And what did you settle for in the end? Styrofoam?
yeah, pretty much like that.
Beads.
A whole lot of gaffer tape wrapped together?
Balsa.
This is the second episode where we've talked about the door.
Oh no, I love the door. The door's like the door's my favorite subject. I'm going to keep talking about it until I get bored.
The door's the new grandpa's bat. You know what though? I was thinking if somebody went to rob him and they walk in, think about him in his house. He sleeps naked on a massage table, and he keeps a Shaolin bat beside his bed.
And he has spears in the room.
Yeah, he spears. So if anyone walked in his place, there's no fucking way they would stay and steal anything. They'd be like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
But evidently they did break in. He has no door.
Yeah.
But when you were renting originally, did you give the semblance?
Can't call it renting
Yeah.
if you're not paying rent.
Yeah. Let's lose that term loosely.
When you're squatting.
Yeah. Like loosely. When you were in this abode.
It's kind of like a cave because it doesn't have a door.
It was a lot like a cave.
Oh yeah.
It's a cave. It was kind of a miserable place. I'm actually happy this happened. It just,
Hey.
yo, honestly, no,
Because
like
the
it just,
great
it
outdoors
just
is
forces me
better
to
than
move
a
on and
roof.
do more. You know, that's the way it goes.
Cardboard boxes don't have doors.
I like the outdoors.
You
No.
do. You got to.
If any of our listeners, because he loves this kind of stuff, if any of our listeners out there want Jason to come live with them, Jason, would you take them up on it, wouldn't you?
No.
Yes, you
It's in
would.
Venice.
just wander the land.
Well, if it's in
country.
Venice, you know, and it's a room to rent, maybe, yeah.
But
I mean,
what if they'll let you stay there for free?
well, I'm not looking for that, but you know,
You'll take it.
I do chores. I don't care.
Yeah, maybe someone will give you a suit with suspenders.
John, do you have a back house or anything?
I don't.
Do you have a
Yeah.
garage?
I'm going to say I don't.
What you what you need is a garage and no sense of fear. And a steel door.
No, because he won't stay there if there's no steel doors.
and earplugs.
Do you snore?
No, but he just talks a lot of shit that'll make you crazy.
He doesn't know if he snores. No one's ever slept next to him. That one hit home. He was angry about that.
No, actually, Lindsay said I snored, so.
How is your love life at the moment?
I don't really have a love life.
You got any girls on the
I
horizon?
love life.
Is there a girl on the horizon? Is there one that you're wooing, like through texts or something? Or?
I hang out.
John's single. Would you like to go out and try to pick up some women with John?
The two of you could work as a team. John could go, I write for the Family Guy, and you could go, have you seen my mean guitar skills?
John could say, I own a house in LA, and you could say, I own a door.
But that would be a lie.
He owns the door. He just doesn't have a house around it.
You know,
Wait, so you
know
finally
what
got the
could
door
say?
just in time not to live there?
Exactly. That's why I was procrastinating.
You know
I knew
what
as
you
soon as I
should
put
do?
that door up.
You know what you should do, right? You should go to a girl, I own a house, and as she's walking away, go, portion.
We should build you a tree house with your door.
There's a treehouse over on over by the canal.
You know what? That treehouse has a door.
I was just talking to Crazy Peter, across the way.
God, crazy. Is that his nickname?
I want him to come over tonight because he was just telling me, he goes, I was walking by today, he goes, dude, I just saw the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I go, what was it? He goes, I went to this vineyard in Malibu and I saw a camel give birth. I go, what? Then he made me come in and watch a video of it. He goes, I had my camera, I filmed the whole
When
thing.
that happened, did one of the humps go down?
No, but what I was wondering is why are there camels on
that
a
was good.
vineyard?
That was good.
I thought it was good too.
Put
And
that in your show.
so then he was telling me his girlfriend lives up in Topanga Canyon. She's got like kind of a tree house, and those two are getting married, and they're probably going to get a house together. You should take her cabin up
Go
in
live
the
in a
mountain.
treehouse.
Yeah,
Actually, I could go live in Udi's cabin probably. up
Where's
there.
that?
He's got a cabin up there.
in Topanga. Yeah, that'd be good for you. You could walk around without your shoes on, with your big meaty feet, and have your spear guns
He needs
out.
to be in walking distance to everything, as he doesn't have a car or a
You can hang out with
license.
Andy Dick all the time.
Oh yeah, Andy's up there.
Andy would let you live in the shed with him.
Have you guys ever used Andy Dick on The Family Guy?
They took the piss out
I
of him.
think so, yeah.
They took the piss out of him when there was a nightclub that got very popular.
Oh, yeah, and then Andy
And
Dick
then,
shows
and then all of a
up.
sudden, Andy Dick, and then the nightclub.
But I
sucked.
think he recorded himself. I think he came in.
Yeah.
We've had Andy. He sat in that chair right there, and he masturbated upstairs in my bed.
Really?
Yeah, really.
For the show or just because?
No.
Oh, afterwards, we went out and got drunk, and he came back, and Eddie wasn't here, and he used Eddie's room. I think it's completely reasonable.
Why would you ever masturbate drunk? That just seems like a lot of work.
That's all I ever do.
But you don't go, I went out and I really got drunk, so I had to masturbate.
No, I love masturbating when you're drunk.
No, me, I pass out.
I get abusive with myself.
Right, but it's just going to take you a lot longer, and at the end, you just feel terrible.
No, I always come when I'm drunk. It's when I'm sober and I know how fucking horrible my cock looks that I can't enjoy it.
There's a lot of scars and injuries and
it's terrible.
scabs and
Scabs.
shaped like a pyramid.
It is shaped like a pyramid.
But you went to pear so quickly. That was interesting.
He's back to Lalit. He wants to know why Lalit's
An
vagina.
apricot-
But it was
looks-
immediately, what does it look like? Looks like a pear.
An apricot has a little line in it and it's covered in a small amount of fuzz.
Okay, an apricot then.
An apricot's a nice round thing.
Don't
It's
get
got that-
forced into making your
Apricots
vagina
come
into an
from Armenia,
apricot.
by the way.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's Armenian.
Is it what?
They come from Armenia.
I thought you said they were
Apricots
meteor.
do
That's
not-
where they originated. The Latin
I'm
name
sure-
for
I
apricot.
bet you Australia
Wikipedia
got
it, Roy.
Would you stop with your nationalism? It's just. It's,
Do you guys smell?
Yeah, so you've got the Kardashians and apricots. Let's have
Yeah.
fucking National Armenia Day.
does anything good come from Armenia?
Me.
What else?
Apricots. Pomegranates.
Pomegranates are pretty
Pomegranate's pretty good. I like
Yeah,
a
I'll take
pomegranate.
that. I'll
all
take
that.
that.
Superfood.
Juice.
Genocide.
Genocide.
You know about
Genocide's
my people.
also, well, he knew about your people.
Yeah. What happened to my people?
Armenia, hair,
Lots of good hair.
pear-shaped vaginas. Uh-huh. That's another Armenian export.
Mafia.
Oh, is mafia? Well, they've got a good mafia?
Yeah, they do.
Feet,
There's a question on Yahoo Answers that says, can you tell me 5 good things about Armenia?
feet that look like claws.
Yeah, we're looking on the computer right now on Yahoo Answers.
That's not exciting.
Land history.
Yeah, someone's just said an answer that you could say about anything in the world. Name me good things about Australia.
Hey,
The places,
Armenians-
the
but
people, the
Armenians
history, the
believe
culture.
That we
That's
came from
nothing.
aliens.
Huh?
There are some Armenians that still believe we came from aliens. We have like a really old observatory.
There's some
No,
people,
not
some people who still
Xenu.
believe you came from aliens. But I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, so I think there's.
have you got any like
merit to
old
that.
like pyramid-y type things that could have been made by the aliens?
Yeah.
Just trying to be a
I wanna-
game show host.
I want to thank all the guys that have been donating into the show. Jim and I were talking about it earlier, and it's like we're not making money off the show. It's not like we take money. All the money we get goes back into the show to pay for stuff.
We still have not broken even.
We don't even fucking pay to buy Jason food ever. So
and it's getting less. I'm not going to feed him anymore.
But
tough love.
But we're trying to keep the show going. So everyone that donates, we thank you. And there's people that have donated a tremendous amount of money, and like those people are fucking awesome. But you don't have to. Like, I don't want to say no, but you know, like if you can't afford it, don't do it. But you cunts that listen constantly and don't give $20. I mean, Jesus, just give like $20 because there's guys like this guy, Josh Mancuso, who's donated 3 separate times, and he gives about $250 every time. He wrote us a really nice note, and it was about basically.
That means another donation just came in. If you heard that ping,
he's talking about how shitty his life has been and why he listens to the show. And in it, he mentioned how many times it was pretty much about Jason.
Sure, we'll read it.
Hey guys, just wanted to take a moment and say that I'm one of your greatest fans. I know it sounds pretentious, but I'd like to know why it is I enjoy you guys so much. I know by doing this, I'm giving Jim and Eddie ammo to attack me, but hey, my life does not suck as much as Jason's. I'm a 32-year-old white male. My mother died when I was 10.
One of those.
My mother died when I was 10 from cancer. My father died suddenly from a heart attack a year ago. I'm the legal guardian of my brother who's deaf and developmentally disabled.
All right, do we start ripping into him now?
If you want to start on those.
You can rip into the brother all you want. He can't hear you.
All right. At this point, please look at Jason and tell him he sucks.
You suck. And now I'm doing it in sign language so the deaf guy knows.
I have been substitute teaching for the past 3 years while trying to get my Type 10 certificate so I can teach special education. Don't ask me for advice as to how to train Jason to be a productive member of society. I have my bachelor's degree in social work, but if Lalit can't make a dent in Jason's psyche, no one can. I listen to the podcast and find myself reflecting on some of the fucked up shit I've done in my life. In all honesty, you provide a demented type of therapy. Someone like me can listen and think, wow, I need to stop pissing and moaning, or I will end up like Jason. I know I mentioned this before, but I truly believe Jason is the genesis of the 21st century retard. He is not mentally disabled! ! This
is a guy who works with them all the time.
He chooses to exist in the manner he portrays on the podcast. I'm willing to bet that if I ever found my way to LA, I could find the infamous coffee shop. And then he put in parentheses, I just need to look for the hot woman with the purple hair behind the counter.
That's Meredith, everyone.
And portray myself as a wandering tourist to Jason. After a day of following the shaved Bigfoot around Venice, I would be left feeling better about myself. Jason, you're an example for the rest of humanity. Don't give up or you'll end up like this guy. Send that on to Fine Southern Gentlemen and have them make a shirt up with his picture. For those reasons, I do not want to see Jason kill himself. Let him live. Just try not to let that fucker smoke away my donations. Get something nice for Machete. Keep the laughs coming, guys, and I will proudly label myself a talking shithead. And then he mentions if we're in Chicago to come visit him.
That was very sweet.
And then he says, P.S. Tell the rest of your listeners to stop being cheap cunts and donate. This is my 3rd time, fags. Keep the show going.
And how much has he donated?
Like $750 total.
He's donated $750, and he works as a developmental teacher. But mind you, he's got all that dead parent inheritance.
You have one donor, and you're attacking. Yes.
Yeah. We would have.
No, there's some other guys that have donated. Adam McKee. I hope I get your name right. Thank you. If I didn't, go fuck yourself. Zach Crinner. That was a nice donation. Melissa Corbett.
A chick.
Yeah, we got a big donation.
That sounds like a hot girl as well, Melissa Corbett.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know where sometimes you can see by a name, Melissa Corbett, I'd be in for that.
Yeah, there's certain names out there that any girl's named that are hot. You know?
Corby, 68, she was born in 1968. Bah, you're not hot, Melissa. Thank you for the money.
What's your cutoff of hot? What's the number got to be?
Oh, you got to be fucking in the 80s
84?
and above. You can't be born in the 70s, the 60s. Come on.
Lalit, what's your year? 85.
Yeah.
Wow.
85's the cutoff now.
Jason, would you fuck a woman, if you found and met a woman who's quite hot,
You just
50 and above, would you have that relationship?
If she was really hot,
Yeah.
if I liked her, yeah, why not?
Can't have kids. She's in her 50s.
That's okay.
But that's you said you wouldn't go out with a lead if she couldn't have kids.
Well, I mean, if she had HIV,
Good point.
if I was gonna get into something with a 50-year-old, I wouldn't have an expectation of children.
All right, just stop. I have
You
to
play the hand you're dealt.
It's the same way how women also, if they get involved with a guy without a house, they don't have an expectation of anything.
I think we thanked everybody that's been. Can you scroll down?
How about Joshua Mancuso?
That's him. That's the guy that just wrote
Well, he's
the
our
article.
best one. He's our only good
Yeah.
donator. I like the ones we've got here, and I'm not going to belittle this person for doing it, but we got Alex Matthews there, who donated $11.26. Just why? Why would you go 26?
But no, he also donated another time $26.83.
Oh, so
Oh, Alex Matthews, you get a shout out. Thank
Alex
you,
Matthews,
Thank
you're
you
good.
for your random numbers.
keep up the randomness, Alex.
Like, you know, Alex gets drunk and just goes 11. Nah, fuck it, 23 cents.
You know what? You know what's even better if he's probably like Jason and he just goes into his bank account and goes, "I got $26.83. I'll give it to Jim and Eddie."
My question is, does Jason have another podcast
Can we go
he
down?
goes to where they say nice things about him?
No,
No. He doesn't-
Jason wanted to start his own podcast, which I did. I played it for you, Jim, didn't I?
Ian Hearn. That's a big one. Ian what? Kelly Webb. Now, Kelly Webb is at Geek Pie. Is she a hot girl, Kelly Webb?
Kelly Webb.
Probably,
Let's say,
dude.
she donated. Let's say yes, she's hot.
that's a guy.
How do you know?
If we're butchering your names, we're sorry, but we're not that smart. Greg Morone.
Jessica
he's a
Karas.
good guy. He helps out a lot. Ian Heron. Thank you. Ian Watt. And this is dude I've seen emails from Lassie Mome. He's from like Denmark or something. And he's a big fan of the show and he writes messages all the time.
Kyle Taylor, who donated 1 cent. I know you're being funny, but that would have cost you a fee on your card. Ha ha. That cost you like $1 or something to actually put that through. So who's the
that's-
fool now?
No, that's Kyle Taylor. That's what he said. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And Derek Jarman. That's a really good one. Derek Jarman. You're the man. Thank you. Derek Jarman.
Colin Webb. I know what you're getting at, 666.
Nick Bradley.
See?
How about if somebody's listening right now? The only people that are finding this interesting are the people we're saying their names.
It's
Everyone
like what is it? Reading Rainbow? No, what was it? I'm too old.
the Jerry Lewis telephone.
No, when you look through the thing and I see Jerry and
Oh, that's Romper Room.
Romper Room.
Oh, is that what we're doing right now? Well, I see.
I love Romper Room. Miss Helena was in Australia. We had a different burp. Gee, oh, yeah.
But there was always
Get
names.
Miss Helena, Romper Room, Australia, up.
Wait, let me thank a couple more real quick.
Chris.
Chris Sadowski, thank you very much. And Nick Bradley, that was a good one. Nick Bradley, very good. Thank you. I mean, some of these people, like, I can't believe how much you support the show. And it is because of you guys that we get to keep doing this. Otherwise, we would have quit a long time ago.
Miss Helena, Romper Room.
John Viner,
Yeah,
that was a
there we
good
go, Romper
donation.
Room.
Thanks, John Viner. I see you
No,
donated.
go Romper Room.
You must be loaded now.
Oh, just you know.
Is it? Writers make tons of fucking money.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They do fine, but they don't make actor money.
Where is this?
You were
bird?
driving a BMW 7 Series.
It was a lease.
There she is. The one there. That picture along in the middle. That one there.
You thought
Now,
she was-
Well, I was a child. I had fond memories of that woman. Let's see what she looks like.
When you say fond memories, what does that
She
mean?
had big tits, and she was like.
But if you're a child, you should be looking at those things.
That woman, that's not an attractive woman.
But when you're a kid, your brain's different. There she is. There's an old picture of her, but that wasn't what she looked like then.
Was she the Aussie version or both?
She's the Aussie version, yeah.
Okay.
Why is Tyrese coming up under Miss Helena Romper? The internet is terrible.
So you don't make a lot of money as a writer.
No, I you do fine as a writer. I'm not complaining.
Would you rather be getting on planes every week and going to places like Kansas and Omaha
Yeah, but
and doing
you didn't
stand-up comedy?
You didn't sell stand-up comedy there well. You just did the bad bit. Would you rather be having sex with random chicks in Kansas and Cleveland?
Potentially.
Yeah, see, but then you mentioned the plane thing and you made it sound awful. Comedy's
No,
all
but
bad.
he doesn't because he's like, hey, I'm in Australia. I'm having a great time. It's wonderful here. And you get to meet people and it's exciting. You have different experiences. I work in a room with the same 16 people year after year.
Yeah,
It's enjoyable, but it's a different life.
I guess it's the grass is always greener. Like I'm at the end of my rope with the stand-up part. So
Yeah, but it's also where you are in your life.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I don't mean that in a bad way. No, but I'm saying like if you're 22, the greatest thing in the world is you just want to travel
Greatest
all the
job,
time. Yeah.
greatest job in the world in your mid-20s.
yeah, it was. It was. I always felt like I was beating the system.
Greatest job in the world.
Going to South Africa and China and Dubai.
It was
and-
that whole thing. I listened to my parents traveled the world, but they backpacked and they did it in hostels and stuff like that. And I did it in 5-star hotels.
Yeah.
And so it was fucking awesome.
Sitting in hot tubs,
I wasn't
drinking
paying
champagne.
for it, but people would come in and do gigs and you'd be in a nice hotel. You know, I still had no money in my early 20s, but I still traveled the world for free, which is nice.
And you get more material out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a party. You're always going to a party. I remember at a certain point, it was like I'd have to hide from people after shows because I was like, I can't drink anymore.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't, because you're every night you go to a different place, and for you, you're doing a show, but for them, it's a party. So afterwards, they want you to come to the party with them, and then you're like, all right. I just one more night. I can do it one more night, and it gets exhausting, and you're just like, I can't. And then after 3 shots, you're like, I can do it again.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about being drunk. Drunk has no forward thinking, does it? Drunk lives in the moment.
Yeah, I remember just going to shows and being so tired from like being on a plane the night before, and it'd be like, I'd have 3 hours sleep, get on a plane, just be a mess, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna be able to do the show. And will coffee do it? No, coffee won't do it. I know what'll do it. 6 shots of tequila. If I do that, I'll be ready to go again. And all of a sudden, after 6 shots, you're wide awake, like ready to fucking go again. And you got 12 new hours ahead of you and all kinds of shit to get into. And now it's like, I don't even want one. Like if somebody sends me a shot, and I tell the bartender, make them fake.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to backtrack. So you drink a lot, and that's part of this. I'm getting in good shape.
No, I used to do this.
No,
no, I
you
used
used
to do this. I don't drink much anymore. It's rare I have more than a couple drinks now. It's really rare.
So you think you're going to make up for all the years?
That's what I keep thinking. I was just talking to
I'll just bike them off. I'll go backwards on the bike. And
I was just talking to Brian McCarthy, who's our
I think
next
it does
guest.
work that way, though.
I do.
I think you can.
Because they say you can regenerate your liver. What's the one you can't
I
do?
regenerated my liver.
Your liver you can do. I think it's your lungs.
Kidneys you can. Nothing in your lungs. When they're fucked.
Yeah, your lungs are fucked. And I didn't smoke, so my liver's probably back to normal.
When we used to be at Stand Up New York, it was ridiculous. They had a fan, like it was supposed to be an uptake fan for all this, because everyone was smoking in the clubs. So we were trapped in this room, and there was like an uptake fan that just blew the air in a circle.
Yeah.
So the smoke just went in the same room in a circle, but it was like, oh, we took care of it. It's got a charcoal filter in there. It's terrible. But it's like you smoked by just being a comic for years.
Yeah, before the anti-smoking laws.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in a club every night, but worse than that, free alcohol.
Yes.
Like I would go in. I remember Stand Up New York, and I hope no one from there listened. Well, then the owner's gone now. There's new owners. I would go into the bar and just go, I need 4 Jack and Cokes. I'd bring like 12 friends and just order. And then at the end, I would just tip. And the tip would be like $20 for 100 drinks. Because I would have like so many friends. And I remember one night even like feeling like we just drank thousands of dollars worth of alcohol. And I look at the bartender and I go, how bad is it? And he goes, give me $60. I was like, we just drank thousands of dollars. And I'm like, if the owner ever found out, he'd stab me.
Well, it's essentially a bottle of alcohol.
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying like, it's just the alcohol markup's always ridiculous.
Yeah, it's true too.
If you have any plugs you'd like to give?
I'll be performing at what do I have coming up? I have, well, it's a year away, but I'm in this movie Ted that is Mark Wahlberg and Mila Kunis.
Oh, fantastic.
And
Awesome.
they're editing it right now. We shot this summer, and it's coming out.
What do you
next
play
summer.
in it?
I play a guy who works at the rent-a-car company with Mark Wahlberg. I play a foreign guy who talks like this. And he's
good.
He's an idiot, and he's sort of the nemesis, at work at least, for Mark Wahlberg. If Mark doesn't get his crap together, I'll get the promotion.
What's Ted about?
He just told you.
No, Ted's about a boy gets a teddy bear when he's young and he has no friends, and he decides at 10 years old that he wishes it was real, and the wish comes true. And
Is this about Jason?
It might be. And it's basically, it cuts to 25 years later, and you've still got this talking teddy bear that's now foul-mouthed and won't leave you. And smokes pot all day. Well, maybe, you know what? Now that
This is kind of a good story. I like this.
it's like, wait a second, this sounds like a pretty smart bear. So it's Mark Wahlberg in a CGI bear that Seth MacFarlane's doing the voice of. So that's what I got.
What do you got going on?
You can catch me actually down in San Diego. I'm going to be at a storage bin.
Can I open?
No, I'm doing a show in San Diego. It's on my website. I also have
What
coming
day?
up. I don't know, Jason. You'll have to look on my website on eddieif.com. And I'm also going to be in Atlanta at the Laughing Skull, which is a great club. You enjoyed the Laughing Skull, right, Jim?
Love the Laughing Skull.
Yeah, so I'll be at the Laughing Skull first week in September. Check out my website. Come see me there. And Jim, you're going to be?
I will be on holidays right now, so I won't be doing any work. But I have two big gigs that I have a lot of tickets to sell for the Nokia Theatre, Club Nokia in LA in November, and coming up September, I think 16th, I'll be doing 2 shows at the Wilbur Theatre, and it's a real big theatre. So if you want to come and see me in Boston, come and see me then.
And everyone asks us all the time. I always get emails. I know Jim gets them. They say, is Jason coming with you?
No.
No. The answer is
I get
no.
asked, is Jason here?
Yeah.
Like I'd fucking take him somewhere.
Yeah. I don't have a leash big enough for his neck.
Yeah, they don't let that size animal go in cargo.
Get my Australian tickets, though, too, at alist.com.au. Thank you.
Talking